So, hello, we are in our kitchen, Stefano and Jenny, and we are in the end of this really big week, really exciting, about many events connected with the Reformation and the 500th anniversary. And we are really feeling the privilege of having Jörg and Heike. They've been with us in this weekend. They are working in the headquarters of EMF, European Missionary Fellowship, near London, and Jörg is the director of the European School of Biblical Study. And for us it was exciting to have Jörg because he has some interesting connection with Luther.
Yes, my family actually comes from, or the family of my mother comes from Eisenach, where the Wartburg is, and my family has been very, very connected to the history of Luther, coming from the same village as Luther's parents from Möhra. So there's always been that connection, and the family news is, or the family legend is, that we have been up in the castle, not only repairing a lot of the castle interior, but also repainting the ink spot in the chamber of Luther, where he encountered Satan and threw the ink pot against him and hit the wall, and the ink spot was there all the time. So my uncle always told me that he had to repaint the ink spot. So that's a bit of a family news, and we always laugh about that. And there's some truth there, I suppose, but yeah, so that's a bit of a, that family history. But Luther is my hero because of his faith and his stand for the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that's why, I like to speak about Luther.
And we really appreciated it because during the week we had the possibility of entering the high school of Budrio, and we gave a few lessons on Reformation. And on Saturday we were in a high school where Jenny teaches English, and we were with a third year class, about 16-year-olds, and there were about 30 of them, and it was really exciting to see how they were responding to not only what Luther did 500 years ago, but also about the five sola. And Jörg and Heike were with us, so I don't know, what was your impression about it?
I was really impressed and excited about the opportunity to share, with these young people, share about the Reformation. And it was really impressive that the teacher was so happy for Stefano and Justin to be there. And a very impressive PowerPoint, really excellent stuff. So very engaging for the pupils, and they were very attentive. Most attentive, I have to say, when their teacher stood up to say something. They were again getting a bit noisy, so they were very attentive to what Justin and Stefano had to say, and it was just a tremendous opportunity. I think that the Reformation opened up that possibility to share the gospel.
And in the afternoon we had a conference in the bookshop of Budrio. It was the first time we were able to enter in that venue, and the owner of the bookshop, Chiara, was very excited about it. And personally I think one of the best moments of that time was with Tiziano Casella. He's a storyteller from Budrio, really known in the community, and we invited him to do the readings from the letters of John Calvin to the Duchess of Ferrara near Budrio. And just because we had him at the conference, about 10 people turned only because of him. But in total we have about 60 people that came to the conference, so the bookshop was full and there were people standing. And it was really a great opportunity, not only to explain what happened 500 years ago, but why the gospel that Luther and Calvin and other reformers preached was and is still meaningful for us today. And Jörg gave us really good points about the history of Luther. I don't know if you want to share something about your impression of the conference?
Again, I was so delighted, and just to see people standing in the back, there were only about 35 seats.
Yeah.
And the others had to stand in the back of the bookshop, and they stood there for an hour and a half, listening attentively, and a very good atmosphere. It was, I think, a perfect venue for the occasion. To see the councillor there, one of the councillors, and others from Budrio community, was very encouraging. As the Apostle Paul says in Romans 1:17.
Come l'Apostolo Paolo va avanti, sempre in Romani 1:17, la descrive come una buona notizia questa.
That in the gospel the righteousness of God is being revealed.
che appunto è nel Vangelo, nella buona notizia, che la giustizia di Dio viene rivelata.
A righteousness for our salvation.
Una giustizia che dà salvezza.
And then after the conference in the evening, we went into the cafe of the Tory where we meet on Sunday morning, where we've done other events in the past as well. And we had a meal, a German meal together, and it was really nice because about 30 people came after the conference. They came for the meal. So the counsellor came with his family, and the head of the social services, she came with her husband, and various other friends came, people from the church, and other people that we didn't know who they were, they came. So we had a really, really great evening.
What I really liked, the idea was great, I thought. So we had a very special German meal. It was sauerkraut and Würstchen, and I think the opportunity was just amazing to share that special meal and also to share time with people and to be there and enjoy the relaxed atmosphere, and people just stayed and talked. And I think that was really great. I enjoyed that, and mixing up with people, getting to know people from the church, but also visitors.
Yeah.
I thought everything worked very well together, and the people from the cafe served friendly, and also people from your church prepared things. So I think everything was great. Yeah.
We also had a quiz about Luther, and so that was really, really fun. So on every table there was a little sheet, and they had to answer the questions. And for the first 3 that got all the answers correct, there was the prize of a Luther Playmobil. So they loved that.
It was really exciting evening. You know, so on Sunday we had a service ending the series on the 5 sola, and again it was really good, and we had the privilege of having Jörg preach on the Soli Deo Gloria, and it was really good for the church, and we had some new contests coming really recently, and that was only the second time they were with us at the service.
And then in the afternoon we went to Ferrara, to the Castello, and it was great to stand where Calvin probably stood to preach. So that was a nice experience as well. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was very good to have a church trip for that, and again we had new friends coming alongside. With really a good weekend, and I think it was very formative for the church to have more and more a vision to reach out the community, to be really living the gospel in every context in which we are.
Yeah, so thanks ever so much for praying for this weekend. We know that many, many of you were praying, so we really, really appreciate that, and we just wanted to send you this update and to thank you for that.
Thanks a lot.